Here are 12 weird NFL rules you didn't know existed. The drop kick. Picture this. Instead of the traditional snap and hold setup, a kicker can literally drop the football, wait for it to bounce off the turf, and then boot it through the uprights for 3 points. This bizarre technique remains completely legal in today's NFL, though it's practically extinct due to the unpredictable nature of an oblong football's bounce. The timing must be absolutely perfect, and one miscalculation sends the ball sailing wildly off target. Doug Flutie famously executed the league's most recent successful drop kick in 2006 during his retirement game, proving that sometimes the old-school methods still work when you've got nothing left to lose. Fair catch. Imagine a returner standing at his own 8-yard line, casually waving his hand in the air as a kickoff sails toward him. Instead of bracing for impact from charging defenders, he simply catches the ball and watches the referee march it forward to the 25-yard line automatically. This peculiar rule was implemented as a safety measure to reduce violent collisions on kickoff returns. While it eliminates the excitement of breakaway returns, it gives players an instant escape route from dangerous situations. Coaches and fans often grumble about this rule killing the game's intensity, but it's become an accepted part of modern football's player protection initiatives. Palpably unfair act rule. When chaos erupts and no standard penalty covers the situation, referees possess nuclear-level authority through this rarely invoked rule. Think of it as the ultimate emergency brake for when someone completely abandons sportsmanship. Whether it's a coach tackling an opposing player, fans interfering with live plays, or benches clearing onto the field, officials can instantly award touchdowns, reset downs, or move the ball anywhere they deem appropriate. This rule serves as football's constitutional amendment for unprecedented situations. It's the league's way of saying that no matter how creative someone gets with rule breaking, justice will be served on the spot. Clock stop rule. Here's where casual fans get completely confused during crucial game moments. Running out of bounds doesn't always stop the clock like most people assume. During the final 2 minutes of the first half and final 5 minutes of the second half, stepping out of bounds creates a permanent clock stoppage. However, during all other periods, the clock briefly pauses, then resumes ticking once officials spot the ball for the next play. This creates those maddening moments where fans watch precious seconds drain away, despite a player clearly reaching the sideline. Understanding this rule difference is crucial for managing end-of-game situations effectively. The one-shoe rule. Football's equipment requirements are surprisingly flexible when it comes to footwear. A player who loses a cleat during action can continue participating in the play, hobbling around on one shoe or even a bare foot if necessary. The only mandatory equipment that immediately stops play upon removal is the helmet, which triggers automatic player removal for safety reasons. This creates comical scenes where receivers sprint down the field with one shoe missing, socks exposed to the elements. While it looks ridiculous, there's no penalty for playing shoeless, making this one of the sport's more forgiving equipment regulations. The Jerry Jones Rule punt hitting scoreboard. AT&T Stadium's massive video board hangs like a technological sword of Damocles over the playing field, occasionally interfering with high punts in spectacular fashion. When Jerry Jones constructed his palatial stadium, he probably didn't anticipate needing a custom rule for his oversized jumbotron. Yet here we are, with an official NFL regulation stating that any punt striking overhead fixtures results in an automatic replay with no penalties assessed. This creates the surreal scenario where a perfectly executed punt can be completely negated by architectural ambition. It's perhaps the only stadium-specific rule in professional sports, immortalizing Jones's grandiose vision in the rulebook. Inadvertent whistle rule. Few sounds can instantly destroy momentum like an accidentally blown whistle during live action. When officials make this mistake, they essentially freeze time, immediately killing whatever play was developing, regardless of its potential outcome. A player could be streaking toward a game-winning touchdown, but that premature whistle erases all possibilities. Teams usually receive options to either replay the down or accept the result at the moment of the whistle, though neither choice typically satisfies anyone involved. These incidents spark intense debates about officiating competence and highlight how one moment of human error can dramatically alter game outcomes in unintended ways. No leaping rule. Defensive players used to launch themselves over offensive lines like human projectiles, creating spectacular but dangerous aerial displays during field goal attempts. These acrobatic feats looked incredible, but posed serious injury risks to both the leaping defender and the offensive players below. Recognizing the safety hazard, the NFL banned this practice entirely, making any attempt to hurdle the line of scrimmage an automatic penalty, regardless of whether contact occurs. This rule prioritizes player welfare over highlight reel moments, though it eliminates one of football's most athletically impressive defensive techniques. Modern defenders must find ground-based methods to disrupt kicks. Illegal substitution. Teams can actually commit penalties before plays even begin by having too many players grouped together during strategic discussions. If 12 players remain in the huddle for an extended period, officials can flag the team for illegal substitution, even without a snap occurring. This prevents teams from using confusion tactics or gaining unfair advantages through personnel uncertainty. The rule forces coaches to manage substitutions efficiently and clearly, ensuring opponents can properly identify defensive alignments. While rarely called, this penalty typically surfaces at the most inopportune moments, often derailing promising drives with procedural infractions that could have been easily avoided. Fair catch kick rule. Football's most obscure scoring opportunity allows teams to attempt field goals under pristine conditions, following fair catches on punts. Picture a kicker lining up without any rushing defenders, no blocking schemes, and unlimited time to execute. The defense must simply stand and observe, hoping for a miss. This rule creates theoretical three-point opportunities from positions where teams would normally be forced to run offensive plays. However, the specific circumstances required, favorable field position, adequate kicking range, and proper game situation, make this option extremely rare. It represents football's ultimate hidden weapon, sitting dormant in rule books while coaches overlook its strategic potential. Illegal batting. While football celebrates violent collisions and aggressive play, there's surprisingly a rule against simply slapping loose balls. Players cannot intentionally bat footballs in any direction, whether they're fumbles, deflected passes, or other loose balls. This regulation ensures that ball advancement occurs through controlled possession rather than volleyball-style swatting. The rule prevents creative players from essentially dribbling footballs down the field like basketballs, maintaining the sport's fundamental principle that progress should come through running or passing. Violations of this rule often surprise players who instinctively swat at bouncing balls, not realizing they're committing a penalty through natural reactions. The Holy Roller Rule. A single controversial play in 1978 spawned an entire rule modification that still affects modern football. During a desperate late-game situation, Oakland Raiders players appeared to deliberately fumble the ball forward multiple times, ultimately advancing it into the end zone for a touchdown. This sequence looked more like a coordinated passing play executed through intentional fumbles rather than legitimate ball control. The NFL immediately recognized the competitive imbalance this strategy created and restricted fumble recoveries during critical game moments. Now, in the final 2 minutes of halves or on fourth downs, only the original fumbler can recover and advance their own fumble, preventing teams from exploiting this creative loophole. So did you know about these weird NFL rules? Leave a comment and let us know. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe to the channel for more football content. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.